Hey, hello. Um, I'm trying to start the video without preparation. Let the words flow inside my head and flow with it myself. We were talking about several stuff last video, and today I would like to explain more about surrender. What does surrender mean? What is it? And why we have to surrender our everything in order for us to connect to the flow of the universe, right? Because if you don't do that, there will always be a memory and history of your life that will keep you back. Like in the start of the journey, I had so much anxiety to start the video because I was like asking myself what will happen if people will not like the video. My past experience kept me from pushing forward. But as I said, in order to get into that flow, in the circle of life, you have to forgive and forget the past. Not necessarily forget. You keep your past as an history book. You learn from mistakes because we are all human beings after all. We all make mistakes. This is the part of our journey. You make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you die. You made a mistake, and like a phoenix, you fall into the ashes. You burn, you rethink, you find new strength, new energy, and you burn, reborn again. This is how we work. Everything works. Like if you see a tree, yes, it starts from a sapling and slowly rises, and it makes mistakes, and it throws branches. One branch has to be cut off, whether it is a third party, a human being cuts it, or the nature itself does this job. And only the perfect, the best version of the branch has the ability to continue to grow. That's how we have to look at our life. And in order to understand that, we need to let go everything, because then you will find the answers, the problems you have, the stuff that keep you from continuing forward. A bad word you say to someone, something that you done to your family, right? Maybe you've done some job and you didn't give all of yourself into this job. And now you sit and rethink, I should have done better, I could done like this, I could done like that. This is why we have been given time to retract, go back, sit and rethink, right? Like a circle of life starts somewhere, and ends somewhere, right? A human being was born as a child, and then eventually he has to give his body to the nature. Nature gave him the body, and he has to give it back. And like in this moment that we call life, we make mistakes, but we don't reborn. Like I've done a first mistake, and I'm like, that's it. Restart the game. That's not how it works. I wish, but that's not how it works. But we can take this as an example, right? You play a game and you've done a mistake. You fell from a tower or something, and you're like, escape, restart, right? Let's take this version. You start from somewhere until you learn or you have ability, you've unlocked the ability to save somewhere in the future, right? That's how it works with life, actually. And but at our point of life, we have done so many mistakes that if you start trying to fix everything until you all the mistakes until you've done until now, it will take too much energy, too much emotion, and this is the save point a universe that gave you. It's just stop trying to figure out the life. Stop trying to make your own frequency, because you are a frequency that you don't know yet which frequency you are, and you just need to give up. And as I said in my book, book, it's not a book yet, yeah? I'm too poor for the book. But this is one of the part why I record everything, to see that it is possible. Currently, I will start from myself as an example, right? I've had not an easy life, let's say. I've been born, and the next day my father just abandoned me, because his father thought it was a shame that I was made out of marriage, out of some rule that someone made for humanity, that kept the humanity in the box, right? Boxes, boxes, boxes. Everything is boxes. Everything has to be rules. Everyone trying to make their own rules. But there are rules of the nature, and they forget the rules of the nature. And then I was a child, kids bullying you because you're someone like not normal, I don't know. You think different. I don't know. You speak different. I speak slow, because for me it's important to say the word before I say the word. I need to rethink. I need to think and know and feel that what I'm about to say is what it has to be said, without editing or adding something from my body, right? I want my words to be from my soul. Then I didn't know how to explain why I did that. And frankly, when you're a kid, you don't really care about this. Your state of mind is like a sapling. You have to fight to survive. to life, and in this path you might hurt people, and that's okay. That's okay. That's the part of the life. You understand? Someone hurt you, you hurt someone, right? And someone doesn't make it. This is how life works. And then I met my father-in-law. Like, I met my mother, met, met him, and he, although he was very rough, he was like raised by a military father, my grandfather-in-law. He made him as a soldier, no emotions and no regrets. But I was a different child. I'm more feminine inside, even though if you look at me, and I look very much male. But I have, let's say, a soft heart, softer soul than average Joe. Yeah. And he made mistakes because he was thinking that the path he grew up on was the right path. And this is one of the mistakes we do. We've been taught by someone that have been taught by someone that have been taught, and this is going back centuries, that their way was better than yours. This might be true, this might be not, but that's the fact. And I'm talking too much, too much information. Let's leave it at that, right? And then I had to move to another country. For instance, I've lived in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent, and when I was 13, I moved to Israel. Now, before that, my parents, my father-in-law and my mother, they gave birth to my brother, my sister, which are twins, and my youngest sister, which I love them very much. And in my path,